and then my arms start going numb. So in my mind, immediately, I'm like, oh no, these was all warning signs for a heart attack. I'm having a heart attack, right? Hey guys, and welcome back to another, well, it's a vlog this time. It's your girl, Nicole Austin, Miss Austin if you nasty. And today I will be recording my day. So we'll be doing a day in the life of. What I'm doing here is just now putting my coconut oil into my spray bottle. But yeah, it's gonna be a day in the life of. I'm taking you with me to my doctor's appointment. I found out about 2 weeks ago that I had a herniated disc in my back, likely from working out. So I am going to an orthopedic specialist, or orthopedist, may be the name of doctor type, to see exactly what's going on. So, get ready with me. I'm likely going to stop also and get something to eat. We know how you like food. The place I have the reservations for is called, or reservation for, rather, I don't have reservations about the place, is Ponce on, I'll put the name someplace around here. I had, made a reservation through Open Table, I think. It's like it's supposed to be fine dining, but to me, it's like right there between standard dining and fine dining. But that's, what they have. They specialize in steaks and seafood and stuff like that. But that's where we're going to be going to eat. So what I'm going to be doing right now is my hair. I've washed it, I think, a couple of days ago, but I didn't style it because I like to style it when I'm actually going somewhere, because it tends to get flat and stuff like that. So let me just wait. So I'm gonna style it. I'm gonna fix my face up just a little bit, you know what I mean? Put a little bit of concealer on here, cover up the bags and the dark circles and some of these spots. And then we're gonna be out of here. Okay, so this is what it looks like before it dries, of course. I'm likely gonna have to go back in there after I do my face, because I know I've missed something. So after I do my face, and it a little bit more of it kind of like dries down, I'll probably do a little bit more twirls of the comb. But what you guys are seeing right here, why this part is so straight, although the different texture, I have different textures in my hair, ranging from 3A to 3C. Texture types in my head. I would say it's predominantly probably 3B, like the majority, but it ranges. But it's super straight here at the roots because of the bleach that I use in my hair to get the color that was in there previously. So that's just why you see it like super duper straight. But I would say like my hair texture, if it's unprocessed, there's nothing in there. I mean, there's no chemicals as far as like perms or relaxers or anything, but no dyes or whatever. It's like a 3B texture. But yeah, this is what it looks like. Matter of fact, I already see something that I need to go ahead and get to right here. Get that together. There we go. Get that curl a little bit more curling, you feel me? So now what I'm gonna do is go ahead and, like I said, just touch up some of the dark circles, the dark spots, do my eyebrows, put on a little bit of mascara, and get to it. Let's talk about my eyebrow routine. So I go through with the spoolie, then I go in with the eyebrow gel. I put the gel through my eyebrows. It's really, really good for definition. And like I said, I have thin eyebrows, so that's another reason. While I'm waiting for that eyebrow gel to set, to dry, then I go in with my concealer to cover up the spots. So this is in the color Toffee. It's almost finished. I have another one in here. One thing about me is I don't let anything finish on me, except for this curling mousse here, which something in me said, Nicole, stop and buy another one, because that's practically done. I'm grateful that I was able to do my hair now. But yeah, so this is the color that I use. I like to put it under my eyes, on my frown line, And yeah, I've had a frown line since I was probably in my early 20s. And my cousin told me when I was younger, he was just like, if you keep making your face up like that, you keep frowning, you're gonna have a permanent frown. And I'm just like, sir, cut it out. You know that is not the case, but I get what he's saying now. Now I understand what he was trying to tell me, because he also continuously had a grimace. I have these little forehead wrinkles coming in, so I like to cover those up too. Then I moisten my sponge. Actually, I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit because I notice it lasts longer when I do that. And go ahead and do my eyebrows. Now, not my eyebrows, my eyelashes. This is literally the only mascara I use. I do not like falsies. I'll wear them, but I gotta be doing makeup to put like false lashes on, or individuals, or makeup, whatever. I gotta be doing makeup. So, you know, to get that look, love this. Then I just curl it underneath, and then curl it going upwards. This gives so much length and volume because I don't have long lashes at all. I barely have any lashes. And this definitely gives what it's supposed to. So with just that alone, look at the difference between this lash and this lash. Okay. And then you want to do the other side. Okay, and then just kind of, you know, rake through it. Give it a little volume. You know, pizzazz. Ta-down. But yeah, let's go ahead and blend this in. Because we're going for this very natural look, right? You don't want it to even look like you have anything on. And often people don't realize I'm wearing concealer, because overall my skin is pretty clear, besides, you know, a few spots that I have on my face, just some acne spots. I have pretty clear skin, so people often can't tell that I'm wearing concealer. And I try to get concealer that matches my complexion almost to the T. And I would say stays the same. The concealer color shade stays the same pretty much year round. Sometimes in the winter I will be able to switch to like a lighter shade, maybe to like fawn. Same brand, Pro Girls, but you know, in the winter months, because you know you lose a little bit of color, unfortunately, in the winter months, and so I'll switch to fawn like in those months. But honestly, sometimes I still use the toffee in the winter, most times actually. But yeah, when it get really, really shady, it's hard for me to use that because all blended. Now, when doing my eyebrows, because since COVID started, I've been the one doing my eyebrows. At first, it's because I had to, but now I prefer when I do it because I have thin eyebrows naturally. And anytime I go to a waxer, a threader, it doesn't matter, they take too much off. And so I've just figured out how to do it well for myself. So after the eyebrow gel dries, I just put a little bit at the bottom to give it shape underneath, not too much. So I don't want too much to be done. So I just blend it up. The little line I put under here for shape, I just blend it upwards. Again, just to give it a little bit definition, a little bit more pigmentation, but not too much. And you want to lightly do it because, you know, you don't want to disrupt the gel either. And bow. Very natural brow. I'm going to put a little bit over here because you see how this eyebrow kind of like fades off into the sunset. This one kind of stops a little bit too short. So just put a little dab, just a little, to give it that extra. Put a little oomph in it, right? Bet. Okay. Period. I'm gonna do my lips, but I'm going to do my edges first. And I don't do edges in terms of swoops and all that, but I do it to kind of like neaten it a little bit, you know, for the effect. Got this one damn Elvis curl sitting in my face or whatever. But yes, so how I just do my edges, how I clean up my edges is I just put a little bit of this on the edge. Not too much, not too much, just a little. You take that same tail comb, rat tail comb, and just brush it back. And just brush it back. Clean it up. Again, I'm not trying to make the swoop the dupes and all that. Okay, I'm too old for all of that, and I really just don't like it. I don't care for it. Only time I will do that is like if I'm wearing a head wrap and I want, you know, to be a little bit more distinct. But other than that, not really. So when this dries, I'll be able to like make it more, have more volume. But for right now, this is how it's gonna look. And I'm not going to diffuse it with the blow dryer. So yeah, let's get the lips done. So I'm going in with, even though it's an eyeliner, but I use it as a lip liner. This color, LA Colors, this is black brown. This is very dark, but as I'm dark, my pants are black, shirt is black, hair is jet black. It's fitting in my opinion. It needs to be sharpened, but whatever. So, you know, doing the infamous lip liner combo. Bringing the 80s and the 90s back. I have full lips, so I don't typically overline. I don't think that's necessary. So these soup coolers I got on my face. And I love my soup coolers, by the way, so just so you know. And okay. Get all of that in there. Get all of that. And real simple. Fenty's lip gloss. This one is it just says universal. I don't even know, y'all, but yeah. Just get that for the middle. And you put a little bit over the top, because you know you don't want it to be, although I like this color, you don't want it to be too dark, you know? And bow. Now let me put my earrings in, my jewelry, and I will give you the full look. Nothing too special, but this is just what I'm doing today. And here is the final finished result. Okay, this is the face. Again, very simple, nothing too much. Got the earrings in, got the jewelry on, and I will put a full body in portrait mode, someplace around here. And then this is the hair. So I'm in the car headed over to the doctor's office. The doctor's office is an hour plus, like an hour and like 5 minutes away from my house. But that is the closest Emory facility that had the soonest appointment. There was one about maybe 20 minutes away that had a November availability before the first availability. So I'm like, nah, let me go ahead and get this done. But let me tell you how I even came to knowing I have a herniated disc. So for weeks, I had been feeling like pain in my chest, pain in my back, pain in my arm, or whatever. But it wasn't consistent. It came and it went. One day I was braiding my son's hair. This is what kind of let me know something was up. I was braiding my son's hair, and I've done numerous times before, but this time it's like someone lit a match like in my shoulder, like in my back shoulder. So I'm just like, okay, this is strange, but I was just like, well, maybe it's just age, you know what I mean? Like you start getting up there and you start feeling these pains that you haven't felt before, so on and so forth, right? That's just what I'm telling myself. Anyway, maybe about 3 weeks after that, I had felt, which was 2 weeks ago, I had felt this pain in my back, the pain in my chest, the pain in my neck, and then my arms start going numb. So in my mind immediately, I'm like, oh no, these was all warning signs for a heart attack. I'm having a heart attack, right? That I saw it. So I left work, I took a shower really quickly and ran over to urgent care. Wasn't going to the hospital because if you ever been to the hospital and had to get nothing done, like the emergency room, oh, you pain an arm and a leg. The last time I thought something was wrong with me during COVID and I ran to the emergency room, when I tell you the bill that came after insurance paid was almost $4,000 that I had to pay them. So I was like, nah, just in case this ain't nothing, I'm gonna go to urgent care. If it's that deep, they'll send me to the emergency room. I'll pay that. I'll pay if I'm having a heart attack, but I'm not paying for something that's not a heart attack. That's not the point. Anyway, I go to urgent care. They do an EKG of my heart, and my heart is just fine. Now, I have an enlarged heart, plus I had heart murmurs as a child. So I'm familiar with like EKGs and certain things they do to test your heart, whatever. But they said my heart is fine, thank God. So I wasn't having a heart attack, gracious to God for, you know, it not being that serious. So the nurse practitioner that was on duty, he did some other stuff. And he's like, I think you have a herniated disc in your back, but let me go ahead and get an x-ray. And we could tell. So they did an x-ray, lo and behold, it's a herniated disc. So that's how I came about finding out that that's what was going on, was me thinking that I was about to keel over. Like, so serious. And I was so calm about it too. Super calm, because this is like, you know, I like hope all my affairs are in order, and literally is what I'm saying to myself, hope all my affairs are in order, and this and that and this and that. But fortunately it did not come to that. And so now he was like, the nurse practitioner is like, you know what, just go ahead, go to the orthopedic specialist, let them take a look at it, make them confirm that they also think this is what it is, because you know he's a general nurse practitioner, that's not his specialty. So it's like, go to the specialist and see what they say. So that is where I'm headed right now, to see what's going on. I actually was just about to cancel the appointment, literally just about to cancel it. And as I'm driving here, because the pain after the numbness, like it slowly started to like go away. It wasn't as prevalent, but then again, the doctor also told me, a nurse practitioner also told me not to exercise my upper body, not to work on my upper body anymore. So that could also be why the pain has subsided somewhat, but it's probably still there. So I said, you know what, let me not cancel and wait and be lazy, because really it's this drive I'm trying to avoid, I'm gonna be honest with you. And the pain is less, but I can still feel like as I'm driving, because although I'm right-handed, I drive with my left hand because it's just more comfortable. And I can feel the tension like in my back in that same place. So let me just go and not put it off. So yes, I am headed there. And I think, as well as me eating out, y'all, I think I'm going to also try the crumble cookies. It's gonna be a whole bunch of reviews today. We're gonna be reviewing the restaurant. Again, I should have put it on the screen because I'm moving quickly. I didn't get a chance to look. I'll look once I have to leave the doctor's office to go there. But it's something on Ponce, Parker on Ponce, or something like that. So we're gonna be reviewing the restaurant. We're gonna be reviewing crumble cookie. We're gonna be doing a home 9. Yes, it's gonna be a nice, fun day. And yeah, let's just go, guys. Let's just go. I am here, literally made it 2 minutes before my appointment time. So even though they got a 20-minute window, still likes to be on time. And I would have been even earlier, but there was like a stop car on the highway. So we're just gonna go ahead and walk in. Hold up. Before we actually get to the meat and potatoes of why you guys are here, definitely probably based on the thumbnail, let's go and get something to eat. We can get back to this later. So here we go, walking up to the restaurant, Parker's on Ponce. It's a very quaint location, but still modern. I miss the entrance because, I mean, it looked a little bit weird, but don't worry, I got inside. So I'm here. It was a little weird getting here because I thought the front of the entrance, you saw, was there, but it's actually not. It's like, you gotta, I'm gonna show y'all. So that's where I was going, to the front of the entrance. But actually, as I was walking up the street, I should have turned. You see what that South State sign is? I should have turned in here. And then the entrance is behind me. So here's the menu. This is the lunch menu. I looked at the dinner menu online. So I'm going to go ahead and look over this. I did want steak. But then I'm just like looking at the shrimp and grits. And my waitress, she's amazing. A black woman. She was just like, listen, everything here is good. Like, I know you may be thinking not, but everything here is good. So I may try the shrimp and grits. The broiled lobster tail looking alright too. I don't know. Let's see. Not me looking like the black Zaria. Y'all know who Zaria is, and if you don't know who Zaria is, you too young for me, period. But so I ordered the food, and I set the camera up initially at the table I was sitting at, but I moved because it was hella hot. The sun was just beating me in my face. But she was like, I smell good. Now the combination of scents I have on, since we do perfumes on this channel too, is I'm wearing Baccarat 540 mixed with the Cherry Bomb from Alts. Okay, and she gave me a compliment. Actually, she's the second person today to compliment me on how good I smell. So y'all know the tea, y'all know what time it is. But yes, so I ordered the calamari to start with, and then I decided just to get the burger with the truffle mac and cheese. She said the truffle mac and cheese is good. You know, it's different, but it's good. And if I don't like it, I can send it back. So I'm definitely gonna take her up on that if I don't too much care for it. But let's see. Excellent service so far. Like, wonderful service. I'm gonna try to set the camera up like for when she comes back out, so you can just kind of like hear some of this customer service, like A1. Because I like customer service in restaurants. That's very important to me. Like, the food being good, of course, is important, but like the service is right up there with the food. Sometimes the food don't gotta be all that great, but if the service is good, I'll come back, as long as the food, as long as I still have some level of enjoyment for the food, right? So yeah, so far, so good. So this is the first course right here, which is the calamari. That's what it looks like. Let's see what it tastes like. So first I want to taste it without any of the dipping sauce. All right. So the crusted or the battered part is seasoned. You know, could use a little more seasoning on it, but it ain't too bad. I would give it 6.5 out of 10. Now let's try it with the sauce. You need to use the sauce. The sauce takes it up to a 7.5. Maybe even an 8. So far, okay. Not doing not too shabby. Let me say this though, it's lukewarm, which is fine. I'm okay with, because it's a restaurant, they're producing. But if it was hot, I think it would be better. So I'm gonna do a solid 7.5. And this is the meal. So this is the Wagyu burger. The mac and cheese is the truffle mac and cheese. Okay, get into the detail. All right, let's see how it tastes. Okay, so I thought I was recording when I did the first taste test, but okay. So I said essentially the macaroni and cheese, it came out warm and it came out hot actually, which is great. It tastes a step above Panera's macaroni and cheese. So I wouldn't order this again at all. The burger is definitely better, so I would give this like a 5 out of 10. The burger, on the other hand, it is good. It does come with blue cheese crumbles, and you can taste that the blue cheese is aged. And so that tartness is there. So if you like tart food, like that, when it's tart, it's ripened, then you'll like this. So the burger is good. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. But yeah, they can miss me with this macaroni and cheese, though. The thing is that it lacks any form of seasoning. Like, that's my biggest issue. I like the texture. I even like the taste, where they were going with the taste. You know, a little bit more sazon or something, a little bit more garlic salt, a little bit more of that. But if I'm ever in the mood for a rich and juicy burger, again, and I'm in the area, I would definitely stop by. So, is it worth the gas? Yes, and it's worth the gas because I did enjoy the burger. The calamari's not bad, and the customer service, the service in general is great. Next time, I just want to eat outside because these flies is getting on my nerve. But yeah, other than that, it's definitely someplace I would revisit, but I'm not running to revisit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like, oh my gosh, I gotta come back here. I gotta take my friends here. It's not that type of vibe. Whatsoever. So I took the remainder of the calamari as well as the mac and cheese home. Maybe my son will eat the mac and cheese. I'm probably not gonna reheat that calamari out, but because I pay my money for it, I'm just not about to leave it. Like, no. Anyway, y'all, back to the doctor's office. Hi, I have an appointment at 12:40. I don't. What's your name? Austin. Not only is this doctor's office very nice, modern, and set up well, look at the view outside. So I'm in here in the office. They require us to wear a face mask in the establishment, which makes sense because it's a medical establishment and COVID is still around and still killing people, because I've seen people are still actually passing from it, so that's crazy, but we ain't gonna get on all that. So yeah, just waiting for the doctor to come in. They, you can't film people without their permission, so their image. So I'll put the phone down once he does so that you guys can hear what's going on.
Miss Austin, is that correct?
Yes.
I'm An and Joshi. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Yeah, sorry to keep you waiting this afternoon.
It wasn't that long at all.
So I understand you've been dealing with some pain symptoms, is that right?
I would say it's discomfort more so than pain.
Okay. What's been going on here?
So there is some pain more so on like the upper shoulder, back shoulder here.
Oh. Okay.
In the chest and my neck. That's consistent.
Mm-hmm.
It comes and goes, but I would say that happens consistently.
Mm-hmm.
What made me go to urgent care was I got a numbness in my arm. I really thought I was having a heart attack, actually. So that's what made me go to urgent care.
Oh, when did that happen?
That was about 2 weeks ago. That's how I got referred here.
Okay. Forgot to bring these x-rays up. Yeah, so I think we can kind of see what the issue is. Looks like you've got a bit of a curvature to your to the spine, and you're welcome to keep these if you would like to.
Okay.
So what we're looking at here is just kind of a front to back x-ray of the spine. They had taken these over at the urgent care, I believe. And we can kind of see the spinal column, like right here. Now, the textbook would kind of say that the spinal column ought to be perfectly straight.
Okay.
But obviously when you look at it, you can kind of see that yours is a bit curved. Is that something you were aware of, or
no.
Is it the first year hearing of it?
Yeah, it's the first time I've known this.
Okay. Probably you've had it for a really long time, so I don't think this is like something that just developed. It may be responsible, though, for the pain symptoms that you've sort of been living with. The reason why it happens is because there are a bunch of muscle layers that attach to each side of the spine. They kind of just sort of attach in sort of these diagonal sort of layers on both sides. Now, in theory, they transmit a bunch of force through them, and that ought to be equal on both sides. Whenever we see this kind of curvature, usually the amount of force that goes through them is not equal. One of them is usually transmitting more force than the other.
Okay.
And because that happens, one side or both of them sometimes will become painful.
Okay.
So the most natural way to try to help that, we really can't just kind of straighten the spine out. That's very difficult to do, and usually requires like kind of a big surgery, which is just
unnecessary.
Yeah, so typically what we try to do is we just try to even out the strength of the muscle layers.
Okay.
And that tends to help the pain symptoms. So oftentimes we'll want to have you work with a physical therapist.
So I don't know how much you guys heard, but just to kind of reiterate, or how much I'm going to leave in the video that makes sense. The issue is not a herniated disc, thank God, because the doctor was saying that basically I would be in excruciating pain on a regular basis, is that my spine, as you can see here, is curved and it's not straight as it's supposed to be. So basically with age, you know, it's just going to cause more pain. So long story short, I'm going to go to physical therapy and it should help it, but it's going to be just consistent pain for the rest of my life. But discomfort, let me not say pain. I'm not in great pain. It's discomfort. So fun times. Okay, ladies and gents, so I'm about to head home. You hear the bags ruffling. I think, well, you know, I may stop and get a smoothie first, because I ain't no vegetables in the past couple of days. So I may get a smoothie with some vegetables in there, you know, to balance things out. But yes, so that was my day. Hope you like the little switcheroo that I did with putting my meal first, even though I ate my meal second, because you know I'm trying to get these views up, y'all. So listen, I don't know if I said, matter of fact, I know I didn't say this in the beginning. Thank you so much for watching. Welcome back if you are returning. Thank you for watching in the first place. If you've never been here before, please go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, y'all, be blessed and stay safe.